Redress is noun. A process or mechanism for obtaining compensation or making reparations for a wrong or injustice. An action taken to correct or rectify a wrong or injustice. The union demanded redress for the workers who had been unfairly laid off. The victims of the crime sought redress in the courts, hoping to get justice. The government offered redress to the families of the victims of the disaster, providing financial compensation. The company offered redress to the customers who had received defective products, replacing them free of charge. The charity provided redress to the homeless, offering food, shelter, and medical care. Sang-froid is noun. Composure or coolness, especially in difficult or challenging situations, often in a way that appears calm and unflustered. Maintaining a sense of calmness and self-possession, even in circumstances that might evoke stress or excitement. Her sang-froid during the emergency situation calmed those around her. Despite the chaos, she maintained her sang-froid and kept a clear mind. His ability to act with sang-froid under pressure made him a reliable leader. The leader's calmness and sang-froid reassured the team during the crisis. He handled the crisis with remarkable sang-froid, never displaying panic. Compound is noun. A mixture of two or more substances. A substance made up of two or more chemical elements that are chemically bonded together. The chemist analyzed the compound to determine its properties. The runner suffered a compound fracture in his leg. The resort has several different swimming pools, including a large compound for lap swimming. The company's financial reports show that it holds a diverse compound of investments. The archaeologist uncovered a mysterious compound of ancient buildings at the dig site. Cosmopolitan as noun. A person who is not limited to a particular place, community, or country and is considered a citizen of the world. A type of cocktail made with vodka, triple sec, cranberry juice, and lime juice. The Cosmopolitan is a popular cocktail made with vodka, triple sec, cranberry juice, and lime juice. New York City is often called a cosmopolitan city due to its diverse population and international influence. The Cosmopolitan magazine covers a range of topics including fashion, beauty, and lifestyle trends. The Cosmopolitan was a popular literary magazine that featured works by both established and emerging writers. The Cosmopolitans were a group of international artists and writers who lived in Paris during the early 20th century. Dearth is noun. A lack of something that is needed or desired. A scarcity or shortage of something, especially something essential or needed. The team struggled due to a dearth of experienced players. The drought caused a dearth of crops, leading to food shortages. The small town suffered from a dearth of job opportunities for its residents. The conference had a dearth of attendees, which was disappointing for the organizers. The bookshelves were empty, a clear sign of a dearth of readers. Delegate as noun. A person chosen to vote or make decisions for a group. A representative appointed to act on behalf of another. The delegate from the company was present at the conference. The UN sent a delegate to negotiate a peace treaty. The political party elected a delegate to represent them at the National Convention. The school sent a delegate to the Student Leadership Conference. The organization appointed a delegate to attend the Environmental Summit. Empiricism as noun. Acquiring knowledge through evidence and observation. Philosophical belief based on sensory experience. The scientific method is based on empiricism, which means that knowledge comes from observation and experimentation. The psychologist's research was based on empiricism, using data and observations to draw conclusions about human behavior. Some philosophers argue that empiricism is the only valid approach to understanding the world. Empiricism has been a cornerstone of modern medicine, allowing doctors to diagnose and treat patients based on objective evidence. The debate between empiricism and rationalism has been going on for centuries in the field of philosophy. Heyday is now a time of peak achievement, excitement, or happiness, the period of greatest prosperity, success, popularity, or power. The 1920s were the heyday of jazz music in the United States. The company's heyday was in the 1990s when it dominated the market. The athlete's heyday was in his early 20s when he won several championships. The artist's heyday was in the 1960s when his work was in high demand. The city's heyday was during the Industrial Revolution when it was a center of manufacturing. Maxim as noun, a short, pithy statement expressing a general truth or rule of conduct. One well-known maxim is "a penny saved is a penny earned." Another famous maxim is "actions speak louder than words." A popular business maxim is "the customer is always right." A maxim often quoted in education is "practice makes perfect." A maxim used in journalism is "never bury the lead." Polemic is noun, a written or spoken attack, especially on a religious or political doctrine or belief. An aggressive argument or criticism aimed at refuting or disproving a particular point of view or belief. The author's latest book sparked a polemic debate on the controversial topic. The politician's polemic speech riled up his supporters and opponents alike. The newspaper article was written in a polemic style that criticized the government's policies. The talk show host's polemic monologue attacked the opposing political party. The online forum became a platform for polemic arguments between members with different viewpoints. Schadenfreude as noun, feeling delight or satisfaction at the suffering or downfall of others. Pleasure or joy derived from the misfortune, failure, or humiliation of others, often accompanied by a sense of superiority or satisfaction. The feeling of Schadenfreude emerged when he observed his rival's failure. Her laughter seemed to be fueled by Schadenfreude after her friend's mistake. There was a hint of Schadenfreude in his voice when discussing his colleague's misfortune. The gossip magazine thrived on stories that elicited Schadenfreude in its readers. He couldn't help but feel a tinge of Schadenfreude upon seeing his ex's relationship woes. Transient as noun, a person who stays only briefly in a place, a traveler or visitor, a temporary or brief existence or occurrence, a passing phase or state. The hotel provides accommodations for transients. The shelter offers services for homeless transients. The city has implemented policies to assist transients. The park ranger informed us about the local transient population. The police are aware of the transient community in the area. Advocate as noun. It can be used to describe a person who actively works to promote a cause or policy, whether it's in a professional or personal capacity. It implies a sense of promoting or campaigning for something. He is a legal advocate, representing clients in court and advocating for their rights and interests. She is a strong advocate for animal rights, working tirelessly to protect the welfare of all animals. He is an advocate for mental health awareness, using his platform to raise awareness and reduce stigma. They are advocates for social justice, speaking out against discrimination and inequality. She works as an advocate for children's rights, helping to ensure that every child has access to education and healthcare. Apprehension as noun. Fear or anxiety about something impending or expected. Concern. The act of seizing or taking hold of something. He felt a sense of apprehension as he walked down the dark alleyway. The apprehension on her face was visible as she waited for her test results. The defendant was filled with apprehension as the jury delivered the verdict. The apprehension of the suspect was a relief for the police department. The child's apprehension about starting a new school was understandable. Arch is noun. A curved structure, typically made of stone, brick, or steel, that spans an opening and supports the weight above it. The arch of the bridge spanned the river, providing a pathway for cars and pedestrians. The triumphal arch was built to commemorate a military victory and was decorated with reliefs and sculptures. The arch support in the shoes helped to alleviate the pain in his feet and improve his posture. The archer aimed for the bullseye, pulling back the string of the bow and releasing the arrow with precision. The archangel was a powerful angelic being who was considered to be a messenger of God. Paucity is noun. A scarcity or lack of something, especially something that is needed or desired. A small or insufficient amount of something. There was a paucity of fresh produce at the grocery store due to the recent storm. The paucity of available jobs in the area forced many residents to look for work elsewhere. The team struggled to score goals because of a paucity of skilled strikers. The paucity of funding for the arts meant that many local theaters had to close. The paucity of evidence meant that the case was dismissed by the court. Precedent as noun. A previous event, action, or decision that serves as an example or a basis for future similar events, actions, or decisions. An established legal principle or a judicial decision that serves as a guide or a reference in subsequent legal cases with similar facts or issues. The court's decision set a precedent for future cases involving similar circumstances. The new policy went against precedent and caused controversy among stakeholders. The manager's actions set a bad precedent for employees to follow. The president's use of executive orders challenged the precedent of legislative authority. The coach's decision to bench the star player was without precedent in the team's history. Presumption as noun. An assumption made without proof or sufficient evidence. An unwarranted attitude of superiority or self-assurance. The defendant's presumption of innocence is a fundamental principle in criminal law. She had no right to enter my room without permission, and her presumption that she could was unwarranted. The new policy is based on the presumption that all employees are honest and hardworking. The decision to cancel the event was made on the presumption that the weather would be bad. The CEO's arrogance was based on the presumption that his company was invincible. Provincial is noun. A person who is limited in outlook or experience, often as a result of being isolated from larger cultural centers. A resident of a particular province or region, especially one considered to be unsophisticated or narrow-minded. The book is a collection of short stories set in different provincial towns. The provincial represented his district in the national parliament. The provincial speech at the conference was met with mixed reactions. The film explores the lives of a group of provincials in a small town. The country bumpkin was looked down upon by the city dwellers as a provincial. Rash is noun. A sudden outbreak or eruption on the skin, usually red and itching, caused by an allergy or infection. An impulsive, hasty, and often foolhardy action or decision made without proper thought or consideration. The rash on his arm was red and itchy, causing him discomfort. She developed a rash after coming into contact with poison ivy. The doctor prescribed a cream to help soothe the rash on her face. The rash on the baby's bottom was due to diaper irritation. The hives were a type of rash caused by an allergic reaction. Level up your English. Master vocabulary, idioms, and phrasal verbs with fun quizzes. Translate meanings into 104 languages. Download now. Link in the description. Please like and subscribe to our channel.